Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today's coffee talk, and I do have my coffee, is going to be about Facebook groups for a couple of reasons. But one main reason is because I've launched my new membership. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Facebook groups, specifically pros and cons, paid versus free, what you hope to get out of it, what you hope to get from it, what you hope to give to them, all of those things. Let me just share to my group. Hold on one second. Good morning, KP. How are you? Give me 1 second. Let me just lift my computer here. And I dropped my notes, so here we go. I'll just grab my computer so that I can still look at you. All right, so we are going to talk this morning very quickly about Facebook groups and maybe what you want to know more about them, whether you are members or if you want to start one. We can talk about that. So as we share, okay, cool. All right, so I've shared to the group and we're gonna get started. So again, I'm Deb Laflamme from For the Love of Your Biz. I'm here for my weekly coffee talk. I've got some iced coffee because my coffee was warm, so I figured instead of heating it up for the third time, I'd throw some ice in it. Hopefully you have a cup of tea or coffee as well. But today I wanna talk about Facebook groups, like specifically groups that maybe you join. There are thousands, maybe millions, I'm not sure. But there are a lot of groups on Facebook that you can be a part of. And so maybe we talk a little bit about why are you joining these Facebook groups? Are you joining them to get something out of them? You know, I often see people say, oh, I'm part of so many groups, I don't know where to spend my time or my energy. So some of the things that you can join Facebook groups for is support, right? Maybe support that you don't get in your business. And it could be actually not always for your business. It could be for fitness or for meditation or for something personal, right? Like maybe you want to be a part of a group that focuses on parents with young children, right? So there's lots of choices to join Facebook groups. So support would be one of them. Of course, networking is another. I love that. For people who are trying to grow their business, grow their network, you can certainly use Facebook groups to do that. And then obviously marketing. I see a lot of people join to market their business, right? They use it as a platform to reach more people, to tell their story, share their brand, share more about what they do and what they offer. But the big question that I think we all should answer ourselves, and I'm happy to pose the question for you guys, is why are you joining these groups? Like, so say you want support, or say you want to network, or say you want to market. Are you joining these groups to give value, right? To be a part of the conversation, to bring something to the group, or to get value? So I want you to think about that. If you are joining Facebook groups to give value, type a 1 in the comments. And if you are joining Facebook groups to get value, to get something to help you grow personally, professionally, type 2. So 1, if you are there to give value, to bring something to the table. And type 2, if you are there to get something, like if you're coming to actually receive something to help you be better. Good, KP, 1 and 2, awesome. And I think that's an important piece. Like some people, there are some groups that you just go to learn from, right? But then there's other groups that you go to be a presence, to engage, to participate in conversation. So I love that you know that you're there for both reasons. That's not always the case. I know there's groups that I'm in that I'm really in there because I want to learn so much more. But I want to say that we should all think about that before we click the join button, right? I'm wondering if, when was the last time any of you watching took a look at how many groups you're in. And this is interesting. The reason this came up for me was I have my social post ideas group. There's over 250 members. Most recently, Facebook allowed me to poll people, ask a few questions prior to them entering. So basically, they have to answer 3 questions before I even accept them, right? So they come in, they say how they heard of the group, a little bit about their business. I want to make sure that they're a business owner or an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or somebody who's interested in marketing their businesses better. And 3, what they hope to get out of the group so that I can make sure that I'm keeping the focus of the group the way they want it, right? So what happens is when people submit the answers to the questions, I can see how many groups they're a part of and what kind of groups they're a part of. So like that helps me understand their industry too, which is great. I don't usually drill into that. I mean, I don't take the time out of my day to look any further, but I can see that they're a part of like hundreds, like 200 groups. So I wonder, when was the last time you looked at all the groups you're a part of? And are you willing to cut the fat, like trim the excess, clear the clutter, whatever you want to call it? Because I started doing that. I actually reduced. I was in like 83 groups. Holy crap. Who the hell has time for that? I don't. Not to mention the ones that I'm an admin for, that I'm actually responsible for. 80 plus groups. So yesterday, super rainy here outside of Boston, I spent probably 30 minutes looking at the groups that I'm in, and I started removing myself from groups that either I shouldn't be in anymore because maybe my focus has changed, or that aren't adding value to my day, are cluttering my news feed, and or are no longer active because the admin stopped participating in the conversation. I got myself down to 9 groups. 9 groups. That is manageable. That doesn't include the ones that I'm responsible for, but 9 groups. So that goes back to the original question, like, why am I joining? Now, obviously, you join one here and you want to join one there and you forget about that one. And then, someone tells you to join this one, or Facebook delivers a group for you to join. But here's the thing, like, if it's not giving back to you, then why are you participating, or why are you trying to be a part of everything? So I've decided to clean that out, clean that little like gutter of Facebook pages or Facebook groups out. I probably should do it with Facebook pages too, but we'll start with just the groups, just so that I make sure that I'm giving the best of me and I'm getting the best from the group. So I'm really hyper focused on what I want as far as being a part of a group. It's the same thing when it comes to networking in person. How could you possibly be everywhere all the time, giving all of your goodness to everybody? So limit the number of groups that you're in. Try this week, if you can, to reduce the number of Facebook groups that you're in, and tell your friend, if your friends invited you, so the ones you get added without your consent, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other Facebook Live. But, if your friends are running a business and, you're supporting them, that's fine. Stay in that group to support your friends. I mean, just like you would if you go to a party for someone who's selling something, you want to support your friends and your family, that's fine. But when it comes to business and networking and marketing and getting support, if you reduce the number of groups that you're in, then you can give the energy that they deserve, because I believe that you get back what you put into it, right? So if you can be a part of the conversation and if you can be active in a group, you will get a benefit from it. You will get exactly what you came for. So I want to talk a little bit about so if you're just hopping on, thank you for being here. We're having a little coffee chat. We're talking about Facebook groups, and I'm just curious in the comments below, if you are joining, are you joining to give value, type a 1? And if you're joining to get value, type a 2. I'm curious, type number 2. So 1, if you're there to give value, and 2, if you're there to get value. Because I want you guys to start thinking about this before you join a group. Right? Before you click join into that group, you should absolutely be evaluating and admitting why you're joining. Otherwise, it just takes energy away from you. It takes energy away from doing what you do best. It takes energy away from your family, your friends, your exercise routine, whatever it is. because all of these pop-ups come and notificate, and you get notified, and then what happens is you get distracted. So like I said, I was over 80 groups over the 6+ years I've been on Facebook, and I reduced it to under 10. Holy shit. I felt like I lost like 25 pounds, like that. No big deal, right? No big deal. So before we go any further, let's talk about size of a group. Like, what do you guys think who those are watching? Is there a benefit to keeping a group small, and I would say like under 50? Or do you find value in big honking groups, 500, 700, 1,000? I have my ideas of size, because I do think size does matter. And I've kind of grown up with the mantra of quality over quantity. So I do like things intimate, but I'm curious, for those of you watching now or in the replay, what do you think about size? I mean, do you like things to be a little more intimate so you can get to know all the members in that group? Or are you looking to be a part of a tremendous network where you might have so many opportunities that you don't even know what opportunities are available to you by even being a part of this group? So let me know in the comments below if you like things like less than 50 or you prefer like a group that's over 100, right? Because, it is manageable for admins. But here's my thought. My thought on the size is the number's actually irrelevant, right? Because for me, it's about the conversation. So, I mean, if you haven't answered yet, you probably won't answer, or maybe you'll answer now. So yeah, KP says depends on the purpose of the group and why I joined. So I like to put a parallel between a Facebook group and a networking event, right? So if you go to a networking event that's got 500 people and you have a Facebook group that's 500 people, can you network with all 500 people? Can you connect with all 500 people? Probably not, but you probably can network with the right number of people, right? If you've done this a long time, if you've been in business a long time, or if you're really good at figuring out what people can bring to the table for your relationship, personal or professional, you will find those people at the networking event to connect with, right? You will know who your people are, who you should connect with. But with that said, not everybody there is going to bring the same energy to the table. And so that's why, for me, my preference is a smaller group, a group that I can get to know everybody, that I can find out what they offer, what they bring to the table, and how I can benefit from what they are bringing, right? Because again, when you go back to why you're joining the group, is it to give value or to get value, right? So if I'm there if I'm in a group or a networking event and I want to build relationships with people online or offline, I definitely want to make sure that people are giving back the same that I'm giving, right? And I know that I give a lot out. I do. I put a lot of energy out. I give a lot of free content out. I love to give people what they need to market their business better. All I want is for them to take what I'm offering and run with it and implement it and take action and put that out there for more people to see, because then they'll see the rewards of their efforts, right? The return of their investment, so to speak, the return on their time. So I'm just going to make sure I don't miss any comments. It's always 20% of any group is really active, that's who I connect with. But so it's interesting that you say that, KP, because there are lurkers who I don't necessarily think are inactive. It's just not their style. So I think you have to be super conscious of that. I think I had a Facebook Live once in the evening that talked a lot about different personalities on social media, right? The people that are always going to be likers, they're always going to comment, they're always going to share, but that's not everybody. For example, I'll use my sister as an example. Maybe she'll hop on. She's a quiet watcher. She always has been her entire life. That doesn't mean she's not taking all the information that we share and provide to her and using it. It just means that she doesn't feel the need to engage in a conversation, but it still might resonate with her. And if it does really resonate and she wants to take action, she will totally participate in the conversation. So the lurker piece / inactive piece is kind of risky if you were to like remove people who haven't been active, right? You want people, at least give people a chance to say, hey, I am here. Hey, I love what you offer. Please don't tell me that I have to go, kind of thing. But it's a fine line to walk. And again, I think like a lot of people learn that way. They learn just by watching and not talking. I'm on the complete opposite side of that coin. You know, maybe I talk too much. Maybe I engage too much. Maybe I like too much. But I'm also in the industry. And so I know, excuse me for a second, I also know that, you know, I love the way it feels when someone engages with me. So I try to be the person to help increase engagement for clients and fans and followers, etc. So just I think it's important to kind of make sure you're aware of that personality piece, because that comes into it too. The psychoses of social media. Meg, it's selfish to say that I love small and I'm learning, but larger. Yeah, no, it's not selfish at all. And that's the beauty, is that you get to decide what you love and what works for you, right? When you join Facebook groups. I just had like an aha moment when I was like, holy crap, I am a member of all of these pages. Probably 50% of them weren't even active anymore. So it just felt really good. It's kind of like clearing out your inbox or clearing out your junk drawer in your kitchen. Like you find all this stuff that you don't need anymore so you can get rid of it. And you're able to focus on the stuff that you do need. So now it's easily accessible when you do need it. Yes, correct, KP, exactly. So, you know, it's interesting because size is always a conversation. I'll see like industry leaders say, do you want the group to be big? Do you want the group to be small? What do you think? So obviously it's a conversation that we could have, a much longer, greater conversation. But I think the key is to identify before you join a group what you hope to get out of it and what you hope to provide within it, right? So I think it's great that we all kind of have an idea of why we're here, right? You want to make sure you know why you're here. So what about active leaders, like the people who are responsible for the group, right? So I see like I'll join a group or be a part of the group. Hello, Randy. And the group, you know, kind of is dependent on the members, right? The members are the ones that are running the group. So, you know, why are we here? We're here to be in, so that to me makes me reevaluate why I'm here. Is this a networking group? Is this a marketing group? Am I actually going to get value and something from the person who's put the group on? So I think that's a really important piece, that the leaders show up, right? It's kind of like when a business owner brings on staff members and is like, okay, you guys are here, we're good, check out, right? And then the business leader takes off. And I was watching a show the other day on CNBC. It was like after Shark Tank, and it was, what was the show called? Anyway, when the owner of the business stepped away and the interviewer was talking to the employees said, he's never here. Like, he's never here. And I feel like that's like, just like with Facebook groups, they bring this following in and then they stop showing up. So I just want to say, like, make sure that if you are an admin of a page, that you show up. I mean, we know growing a following is hard. People joining your list and participating in your conversation is far beyond priceless, because now you've got this group of people that you get to talk to. And going back to an early comment that Beth said, Facebook groups have been a game changer for her business. Yes, because she's been able to talk to the people that want to hear from her and get the support from the network of people who are in her group. So make sure if you're going to launch a page that you are there, that you're showing up. And it doesn't have to be 10 times a day, but a couple times a week you have to be there because there's a reason they joined. So make sure you're doing that. So again, just to recap, we're talking about Facebook groups here today. We're talking about why you join them. Are you joining to give value or to get value? And the right size of a Facebook group, what that means to you when you're joining and participating, as well as making sure the leaders show up for you, right? We're just having a little coffee. We're having a little chat. If you are part of Facebook groups or you are an admin of a group, I'm here to answer any questions or continue the conversation with you. So put your comments right down below. and let me know what you think. Now, as I said in the beginning of the broadcast, I officially opened the doors to my monthly membership, which is hosted on Facebook in a Facebook group. It's very specific. There's a specific program that the members will get to follow. It's not just like my free group, which has support on an ongoing basis and social post ideas, right? So what I love about being able to use Facebook to host my membership program is that people who are in the paid membership are there because they're looking for something very specific. And I've outlined what it is that I'm offering and outlined what they can expect each month. And it's just month to month. They pay month to month, $88. That's it. That's less, almost half of what a 1 hour phone call with me would cost if you were to hire me for an hour of coaching. So for one whole month, you get access to me, but you also get challenges, you get guidance, you get tips to market your business better. You get support from like-minded, passionate people. And so you get so much more than doing it on your own, right? And I always say, like, you know, as far as traveling goes, and I've come up with this concept of a business retreat, a place where you can be your best self for you and for your business, right? If we invest in ourselves, we're actually investing in our businesses, right? Because we become better, we become stronger, we become clearer, we become more focused. But you shouldn't have to do this alone. And I like the business retreat theme, if you want to call it that, because I don't like to travel alone. I like to travel with people who inspire me, who fill me up, who I enjoy their company. And that's why I've built this retreat on Facebook, is so that we can be together going through this journey of business together, and we can get the support we need when we need it from myself, the island leader, and the group of people who have joined. So I really just wanted to come on and talk about Facebook groups, paid and free, big and small, right? For support, for networking, for marketing. Randy, you don't have your own group yet. That's okay. You don't have to have a group. You could be a part of supportive groups. Maybe having a group is something that you have in the works, or maybe it's something that you'll do in 3 months or 6 months. And certainly it is another layer of your business if you are the admin for this. So I do want people to think about the fact that it's not easy. It does take time, but time is energy. And if you put the right energy into it, it will give back tenfold. You want a VIP group to promote your... Yeah, that's fun. Are you going to do that on Facebook, Randy? You're going to have a VIP group on Facebook? That's awesome. So if you have a mailing list, you can just announce that and start getting people over into that VIP group. It's super fun. Yeah. And so, I mean, my social post ideas group really has grown only because one of the most commonly Googled things when it comes to marketing your business, people actually type in, what do I post on Facebook, right? Or give me an idea to post on Facebook, or how do I promote my blank business, whatever industry you're in, on Facebook. And so because I know people struggle with ideas to market their business better, I came up with this concept. But what happens is there's people that participate and there's people that take action, and I want to give those people more. So the reason I'm doing my island biz, my biz retreat, my Love Your Biz retreat, it is a mouthful, isn't it? Is to give the action takers more, right? To give them more of me, more structured program. They'll know exactly what to get. So if you want more of a personalized touch, a personalized program, without having one-on-one calls with me, which is a little more of a budget, like maybe you don't have a budget yet to grow your business or market your business better, I've designed my monthly membership program for that exact reason, right? So you have access to me, you have access in a supportive group, you have the ability to learn ways to market your business better. You'll hear from industry experts. I've had amazing interviews with people who I trust and respect that can help you with your business, all different levels, from sales to publishing to mindfulness to SEO to video to confidence, you name it. You're going to get all of that and so much more in my monthly membership program. Really, the only difference between that and my one-on-one coaching is one-on-one time, right? So the monthly membership program allows you to have access to all of these amazing things, including monthly business challenges, and a monthly call, one monthly call with the group, Q&A. You guys get to ask the questions, kind of like an open mic. So it's pretty awesome. I'm excited. It will officially kick off August 1st, but the doors are open. And as I mentioned earlier, I do like things to be a little more intimate. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your business, and I want your peers to be able to support you. If we get too big, we lose track of why we're there. We lose track of, basically we lose track of who needs what from us. And I feel like, do you need I don't need 1,000 people to be in my membership group. I need a small, intimate group that is all in. That's really what I want. So with that said, if you have questions about the business retreat, now is a good time to post them. I'm guessing if you have questions, other people might have questions too. If you have questions just about Facebook group, feel free to ask. I have some time. Yeah, I have time. So we're here. So if you're here, say hello in the comments below. Let me know you're here. I've got my coffee and I'm here to answer any questions. I love Facebook groups. It gives me the opportunity to connect with more people. I used to drive around and meet people. Now I get to go online and go into these little safe places on Facebook and really get to know people and know what they need. And I love giving people what they want. You want creative ideas to market your business better? Sure. You want to learn about SEO? I'll find someone who can help you. You want to learn easy ways to put videos up on social media? I've got a smartphone video person, right? So I have all these things in my back pocket, which is how I've built my business, right? I've had these people supporting me. I haven't done it alone. Nope, I haven't. I've realized one day that I couldn't do it alone, and I realized that I wanted support and I wanted resources. And so I've spent my time finding them, and now I'm going to provide them to the people on the island. That's what I'm calling it. So the Islanders, the Love Your Biz Islanders. So if you're in already, awesome. So glad to have you in. I see a few of you here that are in and part of the retreat. We haven't even begun yet, but wait until you see what I have in store for you. And if you're not in yet and you're thinking about it, let me know. We can talk about it. Again, it's ridiculously inexpensive to have access to me and all of the resources that I have. $88 a month. That's it. $22 a week. Yeah, you can afford that. If you own a business, you can afford that, right? It's a no-brainer. So, all right. So no questions. I will wrap up. Thank you for being here. As always, I appreciate it. I will follow the questions and comments down below, post live broadcast. Excited for this journey, excited to be able to help more people at the Love Your Biz retreat. My goal has always been to be able to help so many more people market their business better, but not everybody is ready for one-on-one coaching, and I totally get that. I was only ready when it was scary. I realized that I wanted more for my business, and so I took action. And so if you're feeling like you also want more for your business, but maybe can't invest right now in one-on-one coaching, this is the perfect solution for you. And I'm looking forward to having you guys be my guests. Yes, KP and Beth, I look forward to seeing you guys in the retreat as well. And welcome and be a part of this journey together. So I'll see you guys in the retreat. Have an amazing day. Cheers.